Hey guys, ARMANDGUN here with a little bit of bonus content for you guys on the Sturmgewehr. Some interesting history and how that rifle almost never was. Now, it is the original assault rifle. That's basically where this all started. Magazine-fed rifle capable of select fire that's chambered in an intermediate caliber. So that fits the bill. There was the Fedorov, but the Fedorov was different, and there's other reasons why it's kind of excused from this in general. This is the first widely adopted and fielded firearm that fits the definition of an assault rifle. It's also been incredibly influential on other designs, such as the AK-47, which came to light, in the Russians right at the end of World War II, basically, because they had plenty of up-close and personal experience with that guy on the Eastern Front. Now, it's funny because that gun also had a number of names. It started with the MKB-42, different gun led up to this development, eventually became this gun, but this started out as the MP-43, and then the MP-44, and then finally the STG-44. Now, why MP? That was the MP-40. There was a bunch of MPs preceding that because that's what the Germans called machine pistol, which was their term for submachine gun. Now, the reason for that is actually super interesting. Hitler's vision for the Wehrmacht, whatever, every soldier, instead of having that or that, they would have a semi-automatic rifle, full power cartridge with a scope. So the G41 or the G43, that was more or less as Hitler's vision. And he didn't think this was going to do anything. It was actually his staff that were so enamored with this concept and really believed in this, they knew they were going to push it through anyways. So they kind of codenamed it an MP-43, and sold it to him early on as, we're developing a replacement for the MP-40. It's going to be a better, SMG or MP for the Wehrmacht. And they got it through, then they got updated to the MP-44, and then it actually saw a little bit of trials, and then they actually got to prove and show, because they didn't actually put this out in a squad of men, one guy would get that. No, instead they put up full squads just with that when they were on the Eastern Front, and the reports back were just like glowing reports for this gun, how much of a difference it made. And that finally making its way back, finally Hitler saw the actual potential with this system, and then full circle, he's like, well, we can't call it a machine pistol. This is a Sturmgewehr, so it should be recoded STG-44. So that's kind of fun. This one was an MP-44. You can just see it just etched in there. So this is still one for when they were lying to Hitler and Hitler was a dumbass. So I thought that was fun, and that's the history behind it. And I think it's a pretty fantastic firearm.
Boom diggity.